What is going on, gang? You're on the mark with your boy Marcus Washington, where we talk everything Falcons football. And God, this one felt good. This one felt good. Atlanta put foot to ass to the New York Giants, 34-7. Yeah, Kurt gone. And your boy Pitts probably need to get up out of here too. This is the first time this year where we were in the fourth quarter. I could have started washing dishes at this point. It wasn't a nail biter at the end. We had complete domination after the Jesse Bates pick six. It was pretty much a wrap after that. Bijan played good. Algier played good. Penix does not look like a rookie out there. Now, I will say this. This is a bad team. But this is what you're supposed to do to a bad team. It shouldn't come down to a fucking final pass of the game and a Jesse Bates interception for you to beat a bad team. This is what beating a bad team looks like. Where they have no shot in hell. They decided to try to put a touchdown on the board at the end, because why the fuck not? Why not? But man, I'm telling you, these are the type of games I would rather have. And this is the first one all season outside of the Dallas game, which kind of got a little skittish towards the end. This was a complete dominant win. This was complimentary football on both sides, even special teams too. Defense, 2 pick sixes. Judon got a pick six. I'm like, what the fuck am I watching here? AJ almost had a shot at an interception towards the end of the half. He was out of bounds though. We had a fumble recovery. Listen, Ebiketie has become a goddamn beast these last couple of games. Him and Caden Ellis, they have been a nightmare. But man, and the only difference that was made was the quarterback position. You can see there was definitely a connection to Darnell Mooney from Penix. I'll wait to see what's going on with Drake London. Boy, man, I love Drake. Drake's got that dog in him. He's got that pure dog in him. But he went out, hamstring issue. Blair came in. I think he caught 1 catch. That's it. But, I mean, we really didn't need anything from him at that point. Bijan's Bijan, man. Bijan is Bijan. Some of those runs, bro, like, that should have lost 2 yards. And he makes 7. So again, man, that's what Chocolate McCaffrey gonna give you. But Penix looked poised, man. I mean, it was almost like you weren't watching a rookie out there. Certain things, he was about to take a sack. He managed to spin out, get the ball out. I think the only bad pass he had was a completion to Mooney. That thing floated way too long. I'm like, man, that looks like that's going to be a pick. And Mooney caught the ball. The only thing I was kind of disappointed at, maybe this is just me, Raheem is too conservative as a coach. That was a 4th and 2. I would have went for it. The way we were humming, I'd have went for it. The second half where Pitts couldn't hold on to the ball. Every time you try to give Pitts some leeway, every time this happens. But we were playing conservative that whole series. And I need Raheem to be a little more aggressive, man. I don't give a fuck if this is a bad team or not. You coach the same way. So we left minimum we left about, I mean, minimum, we left 6 points on 6 points out there. Because our new kicker missed his first field goal, and then Pitts bobbled the ball for a pick right there on the 2. So we should have been tiptoeing towards 40 points. This is how you whoop a bad team. This is why you had to sit Kirk last week. That's why. Bad teams shouldn't even be close to you, honestly. So now, hold on, let me tiptoe over here real quick. Well, let me give y'all the numbers first. Atlanta pretty much dominated the whole game. Total yards, they had 233 to our 330. Passing yards, 188 to our 202. Rushing yards, they had 45 to our 128. Yards per play, we were 5.1. They were 4.2. First downs, they had 14. We had 21. Third down efficiency, they were 3 and 9. We were 9 and 15. Fourth down efficiency, we didn't go for it on fourth down. They were 0 for 1. Total plays, 55 to our 65. We didn't allow a sack today, which is good. We got to their quarterback 3 times. We punted the ball twice. They punted 5. Penalty yardage was under control. We had 3 of 30 yards. They had 10 of 85. That last series from them was just, God, it was awful. The Giants are a trash team. Fumbles lost, they had 1 to our 0. Interceptions, we had 2 pick sixes. I can't even count this against Penix, but it's going to go against Penix. He had 1 interception. But time of possession, they had the ball 25 minutes, 32 seconds. We had it for 32 minutes, 28 seconds. This is domination right here. This is what you want. When you're playing a trash team, it shouldn't even be close. It shouldn't even be close. I'm just going to be real. This why you sat Kirk Cousins' ass down after the Raiders game. You can't even explain that. They tanking. So let me tiptoe over here for a second and okay, Eagles are back up 30 to 28. Washington's got the ball 3rd and 5 on the 40. 3 minutes and 6 seconds. Jesus, we need the Eagles to pull this off. We need them to pull this off. And we need Dallas to help us out tonight too. The beautiful thing would be Tampa loses and Washington loses. Oh. Oh, your boy is gonna be slobbering when he sleeps tonight if that happens. Clove says they just got an interception. Hold on. Oh yeah, let's go, baby. Yeah, we need that. Oh, that man. Ooh, boy, if the Commanders drop this game, boy, Sunday night next week, that's going to be pure fireworks. And from what I see from Michael Penix, man, again, the kid's got, I mean, that poise is ridiculous. He looked completely calm. And again, this is the Giants. The test, really, his early test is going to be Sunday. But the connection he had with Mooney, he was getting Drake there. And sometimes you need this. You know, looking at Kirk over there on the sideline, I know it was killing him. But oh well, you earned the bench, buddy. Maddie says we still need Seattle to lose too. Well, Seattle's what, a game? Well, currently we got the same amount of wins right now. But it is going to be pretty interesting for the rest of the day, even tonight, because the Cowboys got a fight on their hands, man. Tampa's rolling right now. They're rolling right now. Atlanta Dog 88 says, I thought Burns versus McGarry was going to be a problem. It wasn't. That the line did good. They didn't have they didn't have a holding call until the fourth quarter, and then they caught two. One was on, I think one was on McGarry and one was on Bergeron. But outside of that, the only penalty we had was Drake London out there throwing hands. Boy, that dog energy got to carry to the rest of the team, man. Because Drake about that action. He about that action. Maddie says Devontae Smith with Butterfingers just probably dropped the winning catch. Oh man, Millie, what's going on? He says, "Hey Mark, we got one. Yeah, back-to-back wins too. I'll take it, man. Whew. But yeah, it's been a minute since we had a game like this, bro. I mean, there was no stress, none. Like in the early going on of the game, I was like, Giants had that long drive, took it down there for a touchdown. I'm like, okay, defense, y'all got to tighten the fuck up, man. I got to tighten the fuck up, and they did. The first play of the game, which was a play action, I was kind of shocked at that one because I'm like, I would have ran the ball twice and saw where that, but Zach was like, nah, out the gate, we're gonna see what this kid got. But his decision making, there was one play, he was trying to get it to Darnell Mooney. Mooney was still running, but then he threw the ball to Warner. I think that went for incompletion. But the fact that he saw that and pulled it back, and again, there are tiny things that he can do because he's mobile. Kirk isn't. When he ran for like 6 or 7 yards and then he slid, I'm like, okay, you notice like a lot of rookies, they don't really have that poise like that. But again, I'm not glazing or anything, man. The kid had a good game against a bad team, but I don't give a fuck. This is what you're supposed to do to a bad team. Period. Had this been close, this might have been an issue, but you beat the brakes off of them. So the Giants are now losers of 10 straight, as they should be, because they're a trash team. Dion probably gonna have to sit down with his son. They probably gonna have to have talks about, hey, listen, Giants better not be thinking about picking us. Ray said there were quite a few drops as well. Yeah. Man, London, but that was a good defensive play though. Looked like Drake had one in the end zone, and then the defender got the ball out. So, but yeah, there were like 2 or 3 drop passes, which I don't really expect to happen the next game. Again, this is really his first time throwing to these guys in live fire where it matters. So, yeah, man, overall good win. We smoking on the. I forgot to sing my song. Smoking on the Giants pack. Yeah. I was so ready to talk, I completely forgot my song. This a good pack too. This a good one. All right, Maddie says Philly up 5 with 2 minutes. Washington with 1 timeout. All right, we don't need any miracles going on. Man, I cannot wait till next week. I want to see this kid unleashed. He had a good game. I think. Let me take a look at his numbers. I know he threw for over 200 yards. So Penix was 18 to 27, 202 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception. Bijan, 22 carries for 94 yards. Excuse me. Tyler Algier was 11 for 22 yards. Receiving wise, Darnell Mooney, 5 for 82 yards. Drake London, 5 for 59. Ray, 3 for 19. Chris Blair, boy, this is sad. Chris Blair came in on his first catch in his NFL career, 1 for 17, and he had more than Kyle Pitts did. Kyle Pitts was 1 catch for 7. Now y'all know I've been defending this kid And I thought he was going to get more touches, this game. I don't know what's going on, Cowboys, bro. I have no idea, none. He's been through 6 quarterbacks. None of them really throwing him the ball like that. Now, I'd have to go back and look at the game tonight to see if he was open any. But when you bobble a catch like that and it goes for a pick, that doesn't look good on you because that ball was right there on you. You should have caught that. So you took 3 off the board for us. But he will probably be the last tight end ever to be drafted at 4. Jeffrey says, when you realize we could have had Chase or Parsons but got Pitts. Yeah, man. Yeah. Millie says, today's win officially puts us at 8. And last time I checked, that's better than any season under Arthur Smith. Yeah. Yeah. We were stuck at 7 for a while, man. We were stuck at 7 for a while. Maddie says Washington is on the 20. Oh, hold on. No. Shit. Hold on. And you know Jalen probably going to be out for the next Jalen Hurts is probably going to be out for the next game. Yeah, they're at the 17 now, 2nd and 4. King Richie says, man, we look good today, bro. Zach Robinson about to get in his bag. Zach was pretty much calling the game pretty similar. A lot of Bijan. You know, you had Tyler in there for spells, but these guys are basically coaching for their job at this point, in my eyes. Ain't nothing changed. You don't make the playoffs, I think all of them need to go. So to me, they're coaching for their jobs. So they're 3rd and 1 at Philly's 14. Come on, goddammit, Philly. Come on, man. So Washington, if Washington wins, we have to win out, or we have to have Tampa drop 1. Maddie says, here's the game. Oh, they out of timeouts too. Second and goal on Philly's 10. Jesus Christ. Come on, Philly. Bruh. Philly had one job. All right, well, there's that. So, game definitely becomes way more important. So, Washington has us next week, and then they have the Cowboys to end it. So we need help from the Cowboys twice. Yeah. Atlanta Dog says we would need Seattle to lose 2 games as well because they beat us. The only way in is the division. Well, Country says, what you expect from Philly when you got Kenny Pickett running the helm? Nah, that's on the defense, man. I don't know how many games Washington has had. And they got the 2-point conversion. I don't know how many games Washington has had this year where it's been like this. God damn. Listen, Cowboys, y'all win. I'm taking the song down, baby. Y'all win. I'm taking the song down. I need y'all tonight. Like tonight, for real. Yeah, so with the way things are looking, like I said, I'm not changing my stance. Either Atlanta makes the playoffs or you can get rid of all these guys. It's not changing. The mission was not one win better than we had last year. Wasn't even 2 games better than we had last year. Wasn't even 3. It's the playoffs. Raymond says Devontae dropping the pass was a killer for Philly. Remember, Philly's had games like they had a game like that with us. Saquon Barkley dropped one. I appreciate it though. Ray says we just need to focus on us. Win out in Tampa, loss, we win the division. That's where our focus should be on. Yeah, but we need help from Dallas, or I think they have the Saints to end the season. Now, the Saints is going to be a hate game because the Saints and Tampa do not like each other. So if the Saints could do anything, and that's a last case scenario for me because I don't want to root for the Saints in any situation, none. So I hope it doesn't come down to that. But to me, mission statement still stands. We don't make the playoffs after dropping 180 on the quarterback that we benched and then came out and basically said, hey, listen, we cutting them at the end of the year. Pharaoh says Washington won. Man, next Sunday they got to focus, but it looks different and better out there. Yeah, this is how you're supposed to beat down a bad team. Man, I hate to say this. This kind of has the fingerprints of 2015 on it, where we found our groove at the end of the season, and then it carried on into the 2016 season. But the thing is, I'm gonna be honest. I don't want Zach Robinson or Jimmy Lake here. I don't think Jimmy's done enough to save his job. And people will be like, well, man, look at what he did with the Raiders and look at what the defense did with, the Giants. They're terrible teams. Look at what happened in Minnesota and the rest of the season. Like, I don't feel comfortable with that. Zach hasn't really shown me enough all season. He's had spots. But what they're going to try and campaign for is, hey, Kirk Cousins fell off a cliff. What can I do with Kirk Cousins? He fell off a cliff. Look at what we did when we got Michael Penix in there. The very next week, we put up 34. 14 of that came from your defense, though. So maybe it's just me. I want a more seasoned guy there. I do. I really do. AJ, what's going on? AJ says he's getting hot at the right time. Okay. Seth says, I said before the season started, we'd be at 10 wins. We got 2 more. Like, we got to win these other 2 now. We got to win these other 2 games. Atlanta Dog says Panthers out here trying to play spoiler. They're playing good ball. They're playing tough ball. And Bryce, little Bryce done said, man, don't count me out, baby. Little Bryce said, don't count me out now. It's OT now. It's 30 to 30. Carolina's got the ball. 1st and 10 on Arizona's 21. Okay, little Bryce. Bryce is 17 to 26 for $158, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Okay. Let's see. Shit, they 4th and 20. What the fuck just happened right there? 4th and 28 at Arizona's 4. Damn, that just switched real quick. Oh, LaKenzie said Panthers win. Hold on, let me refresh this. I ain't seeing that yet. Boy, how's the NFL's? Larry, what's going on? He says Jaden Daniels is a mutant. That win hurt the Falcons' chances to backdoor the wild card. Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. Next week is still important though, because we got to win out. So it's still important. I think Raheem will go back and look at this season and say, man, I kept Kirk in there too long. Kept Kirk in there too long. Okay, Panthers did win. Okay, walk-off TD. Okay. I said, man, don't count little Bryce. Don't count little Bryce out, man. Little Bryce. Greg, what's going on? He says, we are already above that 7-game hurdle. For the life of me, we could never get over. Yeah, man, we should be sitting at 10 wins already, though. But can't go back and change the past. That Chargers game was definitely on the table for us. It was definitely there. But the Penix era has started. It's started officially. And I don't even want to play scout yet because we still have an opportunity. If Dallas Dallas, do me a favor. Play out of your mind tonight. We need this. I'm going to be watching that game. And usually I troll the Cowboys. I hate watch the Cowboys just to troll them. But now I got to watch them and be like, man, I got to take y'all serious. Y'all got to win. Y'all got to. This is how the Falcons' fortunes change. If Tampa drops this game and we win out, if they drop this game, next week's game is epic. Because Carolina's going to play, they're going to play us hard. They are. But could you imagine the confidence this would do to this team if that happened? Dallas wins and then we win out. It's all about getting hot at the right time. And when I see what this team did today to a bad team, people say, hey, y'all played the Giants. This is what you're supposed to do to them. You ain't supposed to barely win. You're the better team. You have the better roster. Go out there and beat the brakes off of them. Muskie, what's going on? He says, well, Heem is already better than Smith from this extra win. Yeah. Mr. 912 says, Mark, my boy was good. Penix looked great, but they cost me on my parlay. We went under 42. Damn, dog. Damn. Man, I ain't even looked at my fantasy. I got To have the type of season I had in fantasy football, and then to have the first week I had in your boy's retiring. Your boy's officially retiring from fantasy football. I ain't even mad. It's just these are things that are beyond your control. Jade says, what's going on, Jade? Cowboys, Cardinals, Saints, all eliminated from the playoffs. It's always good to see the Saints eliminated from the Oh, that made my day. That made my day. Cardinals are gonna be super salty because they got beat by Carolina. And little Bryce. Jade says Dallas needs to play for jobs tonight. Yeah, well, Mike McCarthy probably out. He probably out the door. You can't really do nothing with Dak. But there's got to be a level of pride. You playing on prime time. There's got to be a level of pride. And, what up, Mark? This is Ron. Okay, April. What's going on with you, Ron? Millie says Kirk was looking like, yeah, that's my job. I'm definitely gone. You could tell early on. But again, man, he was gone before the game even started. They talked about it last night, and then they talked about it some this morning. And how this just ended up, it wasn't a good pairing. But, Atlanta had an insurance policy in Michael Penix. So this game probably would have went completely different if Kirk was starting. That confident, it ain't there, Scooter says Cousin got the ball at midfield 3 drives in a row and scored 1 tutty. Yep, Penix did damn good. Yeah, Penix didn't put a touchdown up there, but what he did do is control this offense. And the time of possession was off the charts. And the defense got to get some love. They got to. 3 turnovers, 2 pick sixes. Judon with a pick 6. Hey, fam, you know how weird that is? Judon on the line. Got to the QB 3 times. Defense did what they needed to do to dismantle a bad team. I'm looking at next week. And if this is to see what we have for the next year, so be it. I said a couple weeks ago, Atlanta don't deserve the playoffs with the way that we played in that month. But this is why I'm torn sometimes at how long do you let somebody play bad? 1 game you can explain. 2 games, 3, 4, 5? Like, come on, man. And it's costing your team. So, we'll see what we got. Tonight might change a lot. It might change a lot, but Tampa's going to come out there and play for the kill. Because they realize if they win out, there's nothing we can do. Nothing. So that's going to be their mentality. All we got to do is win every game. We cannot drop one of these games. And Atlanta's mentality has to be, if they drop a game, they will never, we're not letting them up off the mat. We're not doing it. Justin says beating the Commanders is going to be a challenge. Yeah, it's going to be a challenge. Definitely. Definitely. And I think we'll see what this kid is really about early. This is why I wanted him to start last week. So he's got that momentum of playing 2 bad teams. He's got that confidence rolling into this. But, Penix looks like he's just got confidence no matter what. So we'll see. We'll see. Mr. Nine says, but on some real ish, Carolina has been playing ball lately. I'm slick worried about them. They have been. They're fighting. They're fighting. You know, Bryce is like, y'all ain't drafted another quarterback. I'm gonna try and get y'all in the teens, somewhat. Bryce playing for his job. Shard says the do-rags might just go up now. Man, you know what? I'm gonna be petty. I still got it up. Let me see. All right, so do-rags on Amazon, they were 16 the last time I checked. They probably still gonna be 16. Yeah, ain't nothing changed about it. They still, you can still get, if you're a chick, you can get your 10-piece silky for $16.99. If you a guy, they got 6-piece silky for $10. So you can still get you some do-rags now. And if you can't get them on Amazon, you can walk into any one of these Chinese-owned hair shops and get you a pack. Justin says Mike Vick wore do-rags too. Yeah, he had the Vick had the cornrows or the zigzags. But yeah, he wore them. He wore them too. Dom says, I like what I saw out of Penix, but Kyle Pitts, I want him gone after this year. Bump that 5th-year option. Yeah, it's pretty much unanimous with Falcons fans. They've seen enough. That bobble for the pick, I'm like, man, you're already not getting targets. You can't turn that into an interception. Millie says, Daybach said Falcons were looking a little too damn good. Atlanta Dog says, we went from 10 sacks to 26 sacks in 4 games. Yeah. They started playing aggressive. You know, that 4 with the zone behind it, you know, you're getting killed no matter what. They started sending more. You know, they started playing a little more man. Well, Mark, I guess Penix makes a meaner cup of joe. Greg says we haven't scored 2 pick sixes in a game, since 1983. Jesus, I was fucking 2 years old. I went from not having any hair on my face to having gray in my beard. Rodney says, Mark, I don't think I've seen a Falcons QB whose passes are right in the receiver's bread baskets. That said, Kyle Pitts is dookie juice. Boy, everybody throwing on top of Kyle Pitts right now. Hey, I can't say nothing about it. You can't have drops like that. Okay, Scott says, congrats. Falcons defense just put me in the fantasy Super Bowl. Congratulations. One of us made it. I got my ass handed to me in the playoffs. C Double says, I got my 4-piece for $8.22. All right. C Double out here with the do-rags. Shard says, question is now, do they cut Cousins? Yeah, they cutting Cousins. They ain't even hesitate to get that news out. But you had to, because Cousins he's not waiving that no trade clause. Which, again, business decision. I got $10 million. All I got to do is not waive my trade clause, and I'm gonna get $10 million just for being on the roster. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna do the same shit. $10 million for me to just let time pass. And Atlanta said, Penn, fuck that. We're going to get you up out of here. We're gonna save that 10 mil. We're going to save that 10 mil that you had if you got injured. That was another guaranteed 10 mil. Nah, we going to shore up 20 million. We already knee deep and just giving you free, well, I can't say free money. He played 14 games, but y'all get my drift. Y'all get my drift. Zigzag says, trade Kirk to the 49ers and get Purdy as a backup. Yeah, Purdy ain't going to go as a backup. I can tell you that right now. I can tell you that right now. If Purdy's got a somewhat decent agent. Now, what I heard that they asking for is ridiculous, but yeah, you ain't gonna be able to keep Brock Purdy as a backup. Nah. And if the 49ers, I think the 49ers fan base would absolutely lose their fucking mind if Kirk Cousins got there. And I'm not saying that in a good way. Now, would Kirk have weapons? You got Debo, you got Ayuk coming off that injury. How long can Christian McCaffrey hold up? Them knees already gone. Them knees already gone. Dre says, first time I've taken a mid-game nap in 7 years. Hey, Cats was doing all kind of, we were doing all kind of unordinary shit on a Sunday watching the Falcons. Man, I went and took me a dump on defense. No lie. Usually I'd hold that till halftime. Usually I'd hold that till halftime. Man, I said, fuck that. Let me go ahead and drop the deuce right now. Ain't nothing crazy gonna happen right now. Look at what we up by. Man, all I'm hearing is crowd noise and bloop, bloop. Short bus said, I was watching Moesha. Oh, God. That is funny. The Cat's out taking a walk mid-game. Then got on the phone. He's talking about other stuff. Hey, man, so you know that cruise we was talking about the other week, man? Listen, right now, I'm online. I'm looking while they watching the game. I'm online, man. These cruise prices, they dropping, man. They dropping, baby. These were things we could not do watching the Falcons play. We need more of these games. Let me see here. Your boy. Millie says, I love how the fans cheered for him when walked onto the field on the first drive. Motherfuckers was waiting for that. Yeah, man. It's new energy. It's new energy, and you want to see this kid, succeed. So you want to put that positive energy out there. Plus, we were just tired of, these close ass games, man. Honestly, I was. We playing everybody close, but your boy say he was doing this when the Falcons were playing.
Get out, Buster Slime. Now. Some days you're so insecure, even a biological misfit can get to you. Be out front at 7:30, kid.
Your boy,
Please, like I'm supposed to jump because he can flow a little bit.
your boy said he was out there watching M to the O to the. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all. Oh my God. But yeah, man, we were doing unorthodox stuff. Cats taking out the trash. Motherfuckers that went and got their car washed in the middle of the third quarter. Ain't too much crazy happening. And people that are used to being around us when the Falcons play, they know we don't move. Now all of a sudden they're hearing, "Hey baby, I'm gonna start cooking dinner." They go, "The fuck? Ain't your team playing?" Yeah, man, we up by damn near 30 though. Bad teams need to look like this. Shard says, "What about our kicker?" Man, after that first one, he did pretty decent. And again, you know, we'll probably hear Youngway was hurt the majority of the season. He was playing hurt. That's why he missed 9 field goals. Oh, okay, so what? Mr. Nine says, "Mark, did you notice that one play when Buddy jumped the route and Mooney didn't realize he had it?" Yeah, that was, to me, that was the only bad pass that Penix had, and it ended in a completion. I don't think Penix saw him, but we got lucky with that one. I think that's the only bad one that he had today. Outside of that, Penix played as good as a rookie could play. He didn't have any touchdowns, but you know, still, I'm looking at poise, I'm looking at confidence, I'm looking at how he's controlling the offense. He caught one guy with the neutral zone infraction with the hard count. You know, so I think the passing touchdowns will definitely change. Right? He'll probably get 1 or 2 next week. But I mean, honestly, they really didn't need him to play like a hero. Once Jesse Bates got that first pick 6, I was like, "Oh, this is about to get bad." Because I mean, look at who the Giants have. They have Neighbors. That's it. That's it. They don't even have a quarterback. They had Drew Lock there. I thought they were going to put DeVito in after a while. But yeah, man. So since I'm in here, let me, usually I'll stick around long enough to see the press conference. All right. Well, they are still waiting for the press conference. Oh, only 6 comments so far? What the fuck? Usually they be in here in a loss, they be in here going off. They be in here going off. Somebody says I must have missed something because his numbers are basically the same as Kirk's. LOL, yeah, special. Not last week. Kirk threw for 112 yards. And somebody says, I mean, it's a bye week playing the Giants. Yeah, these are games that you want to get your rookie acclimated to. I thought he should have been playing last week against another bad team to get him prepped to play a good team. So, you know, you're going to have a lot of people. And yeah, to a certain degree, I agree. The way the defense played, can that carry? Can that carry against Washington? You know, so I do look at those things too. But again, this is a dominant win. You have to have one. All right, hold on. Here we go.
really clean and kept everything clean for us in order for us to get a win. I was really pleased with the efforts today.
Coach Paul Newberry's retiring after 40 years with the Associated Press. Let's let him open it up today.
Wow, I wasn't ready for that. That's awesome. That
I'm glad to send you out with a win.
John Abraham. Sorry, I just seen John Abraham in the audience. Man, I haven't seen you one time. This is the first time I've seen you, man. I haven't seen you since 2000. I don't know, 2 when I was at the Jets, man. Sorry, guys.
Front runner. How much of a front runner is John Abraham? You mentioned Penix, so keeping it clean, and obviously it helps when you have 2 pick sixes, but just his performance has to be kind of gratifying to you to make such a tough switch here at this time of the year and him to come through like that.
The only thing I would say is gratifying to us as an organization. You know, I don't take any personal recognition or any personal pride behind those type of decisions. Those decisions will always be made as a collaborative effort between myself, Terry, our management crew, and all the people that we involved with those things, along with our ownership. And, you know, it's a great job by us. It's a great job by how we wanted to manage it, how we wanted to get him out there. Like we mentioned last week, you know, the plan came a little bit sooner, but the kid was ready. We had a lot of time to develop him. The kid did a great job himself, developing himself and getting ready for that moment where it wasn't too big. And I was really proud and pleased with the effort he was able to go out there and play with.
Coach, could you also address the play of Bijan Robinson and getting the 2 pick sixes from Bates and Matthew Judon?
Bijan has been outstanding all year, and the things that he's able to do, he's special. If it wasn't for this other guy out in Philly, he'd get a lot more recognition, you know, across the league. But that guy's having a special year, and Bijan's not far behind him. I don't know exactly what the stats are because, you know, those things are for losers. But, I mean, I love the fact that Bijan's on our team. I love the fact that what he's able to do all the time. And when we're just talking about defense, you got to give the whole defense credit and how they're rushing as a unit, how they're playing as a unit, and all the things just getting better throughout the season. And what they've been able to do since the bye really has been really impressive. And going out there and scoring touchdowns on defense, those are the things that happen when you get a chance to put people behind the 8 ball, being able to stop the run and get into some of the past situations, allowing guys like Jesse Bates and Judon to make plays.
Coach, you give out game balls.
I did not today, actually.
No game balls.
You believe
today?
that? You know, I was so excited to let these guys know. I did not today. I will. I mean, I should have given the whole team a game ball. You know, the way they played as a team, the way they played as a unit. So we'll do that. We'll do that soon enough.
Okay. And then talk about you talked a little bit about Jesse Bates' interception return for a touchdown, but just how big was that in the second quarter? Like a big momentum shift gave you a lead that you guys never relinquished.
You know, it's hard to say. To belittle any time you get a pick six or you get a chance to score on defense or special teams like we've done before. And when you do those things, those are big momentum shifts, those things that shift the way the game's going to be played. Those things shift the way you call the game. Those things shift about everything that you want to do when you maintain that league and finishing like a pro. You know, realistically for us, having 2 first-time play callers, those are great growing and development moments for us. When you're talking about the coaches, for young Zach Robinson, how to manage that football game and keep us out of harm's way. And I think we had a 12-play drive in the second half and a 15-play drive in the second half, and that's outstanding. Jimmy Lake going out there, being able to get a couple 3-and-outs, and Marquise just continue to stay aggressive. I don't know if that was a block punt, a shank, whatever it was, but playing aggressive on special teams, allowing people not to get comfortable. And I love the aggression. I love the mentality from the whole coaching staff and the players. And like I said, couldn't be more proud of the guys and how they performed.
Raheem,
Right here. Sorry.
Raheem, you mentioned the other day how Penix's athleticism kind of can change things for you. How did you see that play out today?
I think we only had one time to see him really scramble, and one other time where he was able to get away and throw a ball away. Those little subtle athletic movements are things that just we've seen since we've got him, you know, honestly, that we did not see on college tape, you know, at least last year. You know, so the things that he's been able to do with us in training camp and being able to tell me that he was going to run away from somebody and all those things, I got a chance to see it today. So to see it happen live in good moments with a slide on one big time gain, another one just being able to get away from a sack and throw the football away. Those are grown men, professional type plays that you love to see from your young quarterback.
Coach, down the middle, are we going to watch the Tampa Bay Dallas game as a coaching staff or just focus on Washington next week? And
no, we'll watch those things the way they go about their business, right? You know, obviously after the game, the coaches will all go home. We'll get an early jump of some of the things that's going on with the Washington Commanders to be able to get ready for that Sunday night football game that's coming up next week, because that's big time for us, right? We're really worried about ourselves. We're really focused on what we have to do as opposed to everybody else. And like, we'll let those guys sweat that out, man. We'll go out and get ready to play the next game.
Coach, what's the difference between the Michael Penix that you had today out there and the one that came into camp all those months ago?
That's a great question. I would say the rapport with Zach Robinson. I would say the ability to go out there and be really comfortable spitting out all the plays, and they know exactly what the purpose of the play is, the clean footwork, the ability to know some of the wideouts and the concepts like his own, the ability to go out there and be able to retain the information, to be able to bring it to the sideline and be able to communicate and talk through situational football. I think the guy's just a grown adult that came in with a high level of football experience, that's done nothing over the last 14 weeks or 15 weeks, whatever it's been, of working that into his game. And I couldn't be more proud of the young man.
Up here, Raheem. Obviously, you've touched on it here throughout this press conference, but is there a sense of relief? I mean, you've seen him on the practice field, you've worked with him behind the scenes, so you knew what you had, but to see it translate during a live game, how much of a relief is that for you and your staff right now?
I don't know. That's kind of a soft word that I don't like to use, Jared, when you say relief, because I just got confidence, like in the young man. And like I was talking to ownership today, and I was just talking to those guys about how well he practiced and talking about some of the things that he did and what really looked good for us, because like we have all these great questions when we're talking amongst each other, what's going to look different, how are we going to manage the game? And we're able to really clearly put those in dialect for whoever's asking, whoever we're talking to, and we're talking about certain things. I just think it came to fruition today. And like, I don't know if it was a sense of relief. It's just being able to go watch him go execute it during the game and during the whole cycle. Like I knew we created the situations in practice with our Mamba periods and making it tough on him. I knew we were able to create those things with him being able to go out there and simulate things versus our first team defense, and to watch him grow and develop even behind Kurt when he was the number 2 and how he prepared. So like, just to watch him go do it, it was more fun to watch than actual relief. It wasn't a relief, but for me, it was more of just a sense of pride.
Mechanics are everything when it comes to quarterback accuracy. How do you view Michael Penix Jr. purely from a mechanical perspective?
I think that was a narrative from the draft. However you want to look at it, from the quarterback experts on what you like and what you don't like. And like what I loved about Michael was his ability to get the ball out of his hand and some of those things. When you're talking about small detail and mechanics that you can change whenever you really feel like it from a quarterback standpoint, on where you are in the pocket, where you want to throw from in the pocket, what platform you want to throw from, those things are very easy and simple to be done and easily articulated, whether it be TJ or Doug Williams Jr. actually articulating that to him, and to be able to watch him go do that stuff and seamlessly go through his motion, his rhythm of how you get the ball out. It's pretty easy for us. Like those things don't really matter as much as the kid's accuracy, the kid's arm talent, his mind, what's between his eyes, and all those things. And he has that in a big way. And that's what he showed us throughout the draft process. So being able to watch him go articulate and do those things today was absolutely outstanding. Like you'll always be able to critique footwork. We can critique that in anything that we do, any position that we coach, any position that we play. And we'll always be able to have a chance to go back and correct some of those things and find out if we can get them better.
Am I right that the Mamba period just means ones versus ones?
It usually means ones versus ones, good on good competition, a non-scout team look, however you want to look at that, when you just got a chance to go out there and really preview some plays, whether it be blitzes, whether it be situations that you might not see unless it comes up in the game. And that's a competitive period for both Jimmy Lake and Zach Robinson to go against each other. And you can get a little bit of fighting with those two in those periods. And I really love that. A chance to go out there and really officiate those things for me, whether it be a 2-minute situation or whatever it is with him that he needs to get better at. And you got a real good look at Michael throughout the year and throughout the season with all those periods.
Did you do more of them this week just to help prep him?
No, we kept the same amount of Mamba periods. Change up a couple of things that we thought he might need, like a 2-minute situation. I was able to change up a couple of things that he might need as far as a first, second down, third down in a row, back to back. But we kept the same rhythm and routine that we normally have. Just gave him a couple of different things that I thought like he would benefit from not playing in the games prior.
Were there any markers you were looking for as you went through this week to give you some comfort that he was in fact ready and was in fact going to respond the way you thought he would? And can you relay any of those if there was a moment where you felt you checked a box in your mind?
Tuesday, when we made the decision, he passed that marker. They passed those markers up to that point. We're ready to go with him stepping on the field. And then his practice week and his rhythm and his routine that he was able to go out there and show us just gave us more confidence.
Can you identify a favorite play at this point? I mean, I know you got to go back and watch the film, but was there something that happened out there in one specific?
Are we talking about specifically Michael or just
exactly.
the team in general?
Yeah.
I enjoy football entirely too much to pick a favorite play from Mike, but I just enjoy the fact that him coming off the field, being able to verbalize things when they went wrong. and to be able to communicate those things to us very clearly. And like, that's a sign of an adult. That's a sign of a different form of maturity for us. And like, those are things for me that I really covet.
Yeah, to follow up on that, doing it again in practice is one thing, but was there maybe a moment that we didn't see or wouldn't recognize, a successful play that you felt that he was ready for the moment today that could basically own the responsibility of leading this team?
I mean, you've been there every week and had a chance to see those guys go out there and play and compete or not. But, you know, you've been around, and like, I think those moments have just been accumulating throughout the season. Like, you see wow moments, whether it be throwing the football, or you see wow moments of things that he saw and was able to articulate to us in a practice setting, and then he was able to go do it today. So it's just what he's been doing since he's been here.
Well, Raheem, you said a few weeks ago that you saw the pass rush coming, you know, that we're seeing right now. What was it that you saw in the past, and what are they doing right now that's making you guys so effective at getting to the quarterback?
I think we talked about it before, man. I think I was telling Led, I was like, it's coming. Like, I can see it in practice and how we're practicing, how we're getting better. But really, over the last couple of weeks, they've cracked the code and they got a feel and they're rushing together, right? When you get, ask John right next to you, but when you get four guys all rushing together, that's how it happens the best. And then when you add that fifth element, where you're able to have the fake fifth element, all of those things happen where you know where your space is, where you can take your shots and really take those chances and those opportunities. And they're really making the most out of them, whether it's Caden Ellis, whether it's Big Rook, whether it's AK, who's really dominated over the last couple of weeks. I'm really proud of how they're rushing together. You know, Matthew Judon, like, it's easy to go out there and look for somebody to get 15 sacks, but that's just not the nature of the beast when you don't have a guy like sitting next to you to be able to go out there and do it. But to be able to go out there and rush the passer is one, I think, is what we found out.
So is it more so that they're doing it individually, or is there some kind of scheme that you guys are doing, or what's?
I think it's a combination of those guys being able to rush is one, right? Knowing where they're going to be, being able to execute the things that we want to get them to execute, whether it be games, whether it be straight rush, whether it be just rushing at the level of the quarterback, being able to rush with power, knowing the times you can and when you can't. I think they've done a great job of keeping guys in the pocket, keeping them in the framework of the play, whether it's been a 3-man rush, whether it's been a 4-man rush, or whether it's been 5 or more.
Yeah, Coach, did you get a update on Drake London and his hamstring, and would he have been able to go back in today?
I believe he would have went back in. I don't have any updates or anything like that. Came right to you guys, but I look forward to him being ready to practice next week. All right, guys.
All righty. That was the press conference. Nothing really worth noting outside of the fact that it doesn't seem like a bad hamstring issue with Drake London. So I'll take that as a win. But yeah, man, again, good win. This is what you're supposed to do to a team that's won 2 games all year. You're supposed to beat the brakes off of them. So looking forward towards Washington, man. It would behoove Zach Robinson to open up the playbook a little bit more, because Washington is a good team and we need this win. We need it regardless of what happens tonight. Whether Dallas gives us the Christmas gift of a win, or they lose, we still need to win out. So the main focus is to get these last 3 games. If we get these last 3 games and miss the playoffs, did we deserve it? Yes. But we can look at that as building into the very next year. So we know moving forward, this is the Michael Penix era. It's do-rag season every season moving forward. So with that being said, man, your boy is gonna get up out of here. I'm gonna go chill. I've been chilling all day, including during this game, which is unordinary. This feels like a very strange day to where I could actually watch the game stress-free. So what would be really exciting is if we can have that same feeling next week. But with that being said and done, man, your boy is up out of here. Y'all have an excellent rest of the weekend. And your boy will talk to you sometime this week, man. I don't know what day, because Christmas falls on a Wednesday. Yeah, man. So if y'all going to do some late Christmas shopping, be safe. These motherfuckers out here dangerous this year. Be safe and have yourself an excellent holiday. Your boy is up out of here.